Hello everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome back to a brand new video. This one is all about a theory, okay? So as a lot of you know, in game at the moment, we go into the Sinister Vault. Once in said Sinister Vault, you spend your keys. You get more keys on a daily basis, so that's great. Kabam have said that you will get enough to do 2 difficulties. And on some sums, this basically works out that you will have 56 keys or 56 entries, which you can spread against like different difficulties. It's like saying you can explore the entirety of threat 5, the entirety of threat 4. So you can do those 2 right there. But it got me thinking over the last few days, like the possibility of spreading further. Spreading further, Richard? Wait, what are we talking about? It's not a piece of toast. You're not trying to put a bit of butter on some bread and spread it, are you? Well, in all seriousness, and by the way, massive shout out to Cat Murdoch. Cat Murdoch has put together some amazing infographics in the past and incredibly helpful this month, especially because you get to find out what rewards and volumes of those rewards on each individual paths of each individual zones. Now, I'm sure Cat will be updating these, and this is something that we're going to be going off of in this particular video. I've updated the spreadsheet in the link in the description, which is the one I referred to last week, which has so many different tabs on it, which has the how Sidequest works, codes and objectives, which is going to be updated. The next one is going to be updated today, and that has, you know, all the helpful info. We've got this Paths and Defenders nodes one, which I'm going to get to work on, have out tomorrow. Yeah, like a lot of kind of like work has gone into Cat stuff, and as well we're doing a lot of work on this spreadsheet right here. But to the point. And the interesting thing, so interesting, you get to find out what rewards are on each path. Why is that important? Well, again, this is down to a key entry. Once you enter in, you can go down one specific path. And you might be thinking, again, you've lost me, Rich. But what are you talking about?
I agree with you in theory.
Well, the theory in practice is this. Imagine, for example, all of this month, I want to collect the entirety of the Sinister 6 shards. So I want to go and grab all of the shards, which comes to 62,000 shards in total, which for me is, I'm just trying to think, I think it's 31. So it'd be 31 Cavalier crystals. So to get that opportunity, I would need to do X amount of path runs in level 1, threat level 1. I would also need to do threat level 2, threat level 3, and threat level 4, and threat level 5. Now, the good thing and bad thing about this, and because this is a theory and it's theory crafting, one thing that we don't know is all of the rewards on all of the paths. We just don't know yet. Zone 3 hasn't been opened up, and Zone 4 hasn't been opened up either.
In theory, communism works.
So what's the point of theory crafting this? Well, there's some stuff we can do right now to at least get an idea of what it may be in future paths. So it's like saying, okay, well, if I go in to go and grab some of the shards, at least I know from Cat Murdoch's amazing work and everybody that submits information on the various forms I know that she's done for this. And I really hope that people help and update her on this because it can be really invaluable, especially for you pick and choosing what rewards you want. Like I may say this month, and again, to kind of like further explain this, I may say this month, I don't want any of the relic-based stuff. And if I don't want any of the relic-based stuff, any of the extra fragments that come with like tier 3 basic alloy fragments, 3-star or 4-star relic shards, you know, if you can choose to avoid those particular things, then that's all the benefit for you to then go, okay, well, if I save those keys and I save the keys on the level 4, then I can invest them in some things on the level 3. Now, here's the thing. You may not want to do that. But as more information becomes clear on certain elements, you may be like, well, I could do without 2,000 3-star relic shards because I'm not really interested in relics that much. And go and invest it in a zone 3, or threat level 3, zone 2 path with Strife, with Icarus, and obviously the Mystery Champion, and pick up 8,000 Sinister 6 shards, which is the equivalent to 4 Cavalier crystals wherever you are in the particular game. And that's something that interests me. I think there is a reason that Kabam decided to kind of submit them these particular information of rewards totals in this particular format, because it avoids players from doing what I refer to, and I think a lot of people have heard me say this before, like a pick-a-mix reward system where you get to go in and choose certain stuff. And imagine if that was available this month with all this information. Yes, the community can actually work together to get this information. If you are a lower player within the game and you're going through threat level 1, 2, 3, do bear in mind, like if you do have info on this, I might even set up something in a Discord. I might even set up something, you know, we can gather some information, and then we can get the information to Cat. We can also get the information, and we can create a structured spreadsheet around this idea and premise, because even though it's great doing this video, it's kind of like more of a theory crafting. Unfortunately, I'm not able to back this up solidly with evidence, and here's the reason why. I mean, evidence wise, it is there. You can do the theory. The theory is like sound.
In theory.
Just the problem is the data to support it, because I like doing theories that are correct, but also it's always important to have like data to back it up. The reason I struggled to kind of get any kind of data to back up my theory, which is a correct theory by the way, when I decided to kind of go, okay, well, if one run previously in something like, I don't know, threat level 5, you had 2,500 6-star shards there. There is in total 15,000 6-star shards. So if there's 2,500 on the paths and there's 15,000 in total, that would indicate that there'll be 6 paths in the total of zones 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we already know between zone 1 and zone 2, there's only one path that gives 2,500 6-star shards. So sadly, it is a guess to assume that between zone 3 and zone 4, that there's going to be 5 paths of 2,500 6-star shards. Now, because I don't know that, it does present that, well, again, this is why this is a theory video and not a practical, yes, this is fact. I'll have to do like a fact-based data supporting video next week. But as I said, the logical elements, there's a logical element to the theory, holds up. Because as long as you know what's on the paths of the other difficulties of all 4 zones, all paths, all 4 zones, you could in theory spread your keys around all the different types of rewards from threat levels 5 down to threat level 1 if you so choose, to your liking. And just kind of a further kind of like pointer, I tried to do a kind of a guess as to like the increments, which you can see here, 4275 tier 6 basic fragments. And when I did all the totals, it was coming up, Pat, and I was thinking about, oh right, we'll forget ISO, and it was coming up to 30 entries at the bottom, and I was thinking, no, this doesn't work. So my hunch is, based on that and based on the infographics and the information we know, there's more than likely going to be higher increments, and when I say increments, that means higher volumes of 6-star shards. So it could be something like 5,000 6-star shards on a path, or it could be as much as, I don't know, 5, 6k tier 6 basic fragments. That's not exactly the case. It'll probably be about 8,000 something like that. But you know what I mean when it comes to, look, we have got in the last zone 3, zone 4 for threat level 5, like less paths, so they need to stonk the rewards. So as I said, and the point to finish on with this video, because I don't want to kind of like be talking for ages, you can find out by community-led information what is on all of the paths in all of the zones in the various different types of threats, and pick and choose, pick a mix, and just choose what the rewards you want to have. So you could say to yourself, all right, okay, so I'll do a lot of threat level 5, threat level 4, but then when it comes to threat level 3, because I don't like some of the stuff like relics or things that are in threat level 5, I can go and invest lower. And yes, it wouldn't be as stonking as the higher ups, but if you wanted to all the Sinister 6 shards, well, why don't you go do that if you wanted to? It may cost you a few entries, but, you know, it's something you like. If you've got enough gold, then you may want to reprioritize into stuff with threat level 3 and also get some of those shards as well. Or you may want to go and scoop up more gold than there are relic items. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't have relic items, but again, it boils down to a difference to what you want. You could even say to yourself, oh, I've got enough tier 2 alpha and tier 1 alpha in my life. Do I really need that from threat level 4, which has, you know, times 3 there of the tier 2 alpha and 6 tier 1 alphas? And you might be saying, well, I don't really need that. I've got loads. I mean, I personally have got loads. I don't know about anybody else, but again, if you've got stonks of stuff, then you may say to yourself, do I really need this? In any case, whether or not you're interested in a theory like this, I would say waiting as long as possible to the end of the month to guarantee or know what is on those particular paths would be the first starter. And then what you can do is make decisions whether or not you want to follow it or just not. You know, again, it's up to you. It's your life. Do whatever you fancy doing. In any case, that has been the video. Shout out to Kat Murdoch as well for the amazing work she does. And yeah, I'll see you all soon, and check out some other content which will be located on screen around about now. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be about this live stream and 7 stars coming this week. Bye bye.
Look, he thinks he's people.